Monday morning, and instead of going to classes, we are in quarantine. We go downstairs and see what's going on.
My name is Jeff Hirschberg. I'm a Seton Hall law student studying at the American University of Cairo. And at 1 o'clock last night, I was awoken by Ministry of Health officials to be tested for swine flu. We were told shortly thereafter, after all residents of this dorm were tested, that 2 of our classmates tested positive. They were taken from the hostel to a hospital where they have been held since then, and we are in the entire building has been shut down in quarantine for at least 24 hours. I think that one of our fellow students had to contact the American Embassy. I'm not sure if any of the program directors did that. So, but the embassy's done a fantastic job. They've been in contact with just about everyone in the program already. They've got emergency contact information. They got a 24-hour hotline, and from what I've heard, they've already got a Navy doctor at the hospital with the fellow students who were taken there. So I assume that what it seems is that the embassy has done everything they could, and since then it seems like the program director has also done a good job, even though he can't get in here with us because of the quarantine.
Actually fast asleep when around 1 o'clock in the morning they started banging on all of our doors saying that we had to get tested for swine flu. And when we came downstairs, they kind of just took our temperature, asked if we had any symptoms, took like a throat swab to test if we had the swine flu. And I think they could have handled it in a better manner, so to speak. It was very disorganized, where they had tested him the day before, and then they said no, they don't have the swine flu, and then all of a sudden now they do have it, and they're freaking out, and they want to test everybody, and they don't want us leaving the dorms. They want to try and contain it. So I just think they could have handled it better. Well, I'm fine with the quarantine as long as it's for 24 hours and they don't decide to extend it any longer. But I really don't want it to be a situation where they decide to send us all back home and stuff. I want to finish my trip here.
What's your name and what are you doing in Egypt?
My name is Lana Grody, and I am a student at Indian University, and my roommate was kind of feeling sick, and so I went out in the afternoon and went out to dinner with some friends and came back. She was still in bed, and I was exhausted from our first day of real classes, and I went to bed, and then I was woken up around 3:30. My roommate was gone, and they told me that I had to go get tested because I grabbed some of my roommate's belongings because they actually took her to the hospital. But she's the suspected case. She actually, I've been in contact with her, and she has food poisoning, so she's okay right now. And but I don't know about any of the other students I've never been in the hospital. I'm pretty sure that they're all right. But it's just been kind of hectic. Then I obviously couldn't go back to sleep after that. It was just a little, I don't know, I had a lot of adrenaline going through my body, so then they came to my room and they made me move. They just said, they gave me a mask and told me to grab all my belongings as quick as I could for 2 days, 2 or 3 days, and they switched me into a different room. So that kept me even more awake, and then around 5:30 in the morning, they came into my room and they made me start taking Tamiflu just in case I was infected with it, because my roommate was sent to the hospital. So I started the antibiotic of Tamiflu. I guess it's an antibiotic, but my roommate doesn't have it, so maybe I'm just being a precaution, I guess. I understand their complete concern about especially in Cairo, there's over 20 million people, and there's the proximity of the people. Everyone's living really close together, so I understand that if one person gets it, it's bound to spread very rapidly. And that's why I kind of feel bad that we brought it in. We're the first cases from out of the country.
I'm here as part of ALI's intensive Arabic. The swine part of it has maybe gotten to people a little bit more than it should, and it's just the flu. People get it all the time, and old people die from it all the time. I mean, it's sad, it's true. Definitely should be ameliorated, but I think they're way overreacting, and it's kind of frustrating that we're missing language classes. It's not just missing a day of class in college. It's missing a half week or a week of class each day because it's a really intensive program. And obviously nobody came here to sit and watch TV and eat. weird prepackaged muffins. I'm sure it could be, oh man, with like the hysteria, I wouldn't be surprised if it were a week. But I don't know. I thought today about just like dashing out and seeing if they actually shot me. But that might be a bad idea.